Hey, my name's Liz and I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. Today I have a haul from a Salvation Army, which there is really only one in my kind of general area. It's about probably 35 or so minutes away from me. It's not a store I frequent often because I don't normally find like great pieces there, but they have great prices. So when I do go, I'm able to get some bread and butter stuff that my other stores would outprice for how much I could resell them for. And I was taking clothes to a Once Upon a Child today from a ThredUp kids box that I just did. And they told me it was going to be 3 hours, so I needed something to do. And this store is only like 7 minutes away from there. So I think I got 20 or so pieces, which is probably the most I've ever gotten from this store. And nothing, well actually no, there's a few like pretty decent pieces and the prices are really just much better than a lot of thrift stores in my area. I got one pair of shoes, and they are these cheetah or leopard print shoes from Torrid. They are a 9 wide and they are definitely brand new. Maybe worn once, but I'm pretty sure they're new. The only thing that stinks is like they write on it in Sharpie. But they retailed for $55. They're the 4H Leo bow pump. So I only paid $5 for these. There was 4 colors that were 50% off today, which is great. So I think if I can sell these for around $30, I will be happy. Then also leopard is this New Tags Princess Polly skirt. Princess Polly is a fast fashion brand, but it's like more expensive than say Shein or Fashion Nova. And it's got a pretty good following. I usually pick it up at the bins and bring it to Plato's, but since it's New Tags and I have sold a handful of New Tag pieces from them before, I only paid $2 for this. It's a size 4, and I think for $2 it's worth it. I would pay $1 for it at the bins, so $2, if I can sell that for 15 to 18, I'd be cool with that. And I did find a Patagonia. It is a better sweater woman's full zip. It's an extra small. It definitely has seen better days, but usually a sweater shaving on these does revive them a good bit. And for $6, I am not leaving behind a Patagonia better sweater. The men's do better than the women's, but for $6, that is cool. I will sweater shave it and it should be much better. This is a Lily for Target jumpsuit. This one is from the 20th anniversary collection. So for the 20 years of Target doing designer collabs, they re-released a bunch of pieces from the other collabs. So this will always tell you that it's a Target collab and not just the regular designer. But this one is a size large and it's the jumpsuit. So, you know, obviously this doesn't do as well as regular Lily, but it does have a decent following, especially if you can find it in the plus sizes, because Lily doesn't make plus sizes, so those do typically do well. This one's a large, but I think for $3.50 I should be able to get around $25 for that. I spotted these and had a feeling of what they were, and these are Chubbies, which is a mostly men's brand of clothes that are kind of known for having short inseams. Now these are a kids pair, which I have never sold kids before, but they're kids large. I paid $4 for this bathing suit, and I think I should get about $25 for it. And I actually saw this dress there when I was there about a month ago, but it was full price at that point and I didn't want to pay $8 for it. Alexia Admore, I think is how you say it. It's like a, you know, Nordstrom, Revolve, etc. brand, but it doesn't have the greatest resale value. Now this dress is pretty, it has a great print, but it's kind of a scuba material, and I'm gonna say it's slightly dated, but for $4 I think it was worth grabbing. Where, you know, if this sells for 25 to 30, I'm fine with that, whereas if I paid $8 for it, I would want more like $40. So I know it's kind of seems silly because it's not a huge difference in price, but in my head it makes sense when I'm trying to keep some margins of what I make. Then I spotted these in the kids section, and I actually thought that they were gonna be fake, because I do sometimes see Roller Rabbit prints, and then inside it'll just have like the Amazon style, like just a little white tag that says small, or, you know, an S or whatever. So I kind of thought that's what these were gonna be, but they're actually real. These are an extra small. Sadly, only found the shorts. Roller Rabbit makes great pajamas. They of course do better when you have the full set, but I do sell separates, so I don't mind. And I always feel like having the bottom is better than just having the top. It seems to do a little bit better. Also kids, I grabbed this little girl's Zara dress. I loved the style of it. These kind of like cottage core Zara pieces usually do pretty well for me. I only paid $1.50 for it, which is, you know, nearly bins pricing, so I thought that was great for a size 3T girl's dress. And I think the only other kids piece is this one, which is actually in the women's top section and not the girls' dresses section, which it definitely doesn't look like a woman's top. But it's a girl's size 8 from T, which is another kids brand that I do like to sell. This is definitely not a kids brand I pay up for very often, but it looks brand new. This material shows wear pretty easily, so for $2, that's good with me. I got a couple pairs of jeans. This is some Madewell, which I haven't picked up in a pretty long time, honestly. These are a perfect vintage straight jean, which is a pretty good style to sell from them. It's kind of just their everyday straight jean. They are a 27 petite, and I only paid $3 for them. They seem to be in great condition. So at this point, most of my thrift stores are pricing Madewell jeans at like $15. So even when they're 50% off at $7, it's more than I really want to spend for most of the styles. You know, if I found a barrel or a really wide leg or something interesting, I would consider it, but $3 for them is fine with me. So then, speaking of barrel, these are just universal thread, which is from Target, but they are a barrel jean, and it's gonna be hard to tell, but like if you pick up a pair of barrel jeans, you can just kind of tell by the odd shape of them. But these say high-rise curved leg jean on them, and they are a size 14, so I paid $4 for these. And I essentially will pick up any barrel leg for the right price. I've sold Old Navy, I've sold Gap, I will sell those Target ones. They won't bring a ton of money, but I imagine I can list those for $25 and they will sell in like the $18 or so range. And then I also got a pair of Abercrombie, which I have slowed on picking up just because my stores have started to price them higher as well. These are the 90 straight ultra high rise in a 12 short for $3.50, and they have like the kind of crisscrossy waistband, but just a nice light wash jean in a bigger size. I don't mind selling short from Abercrombie. They do okay for me. Short, tall, whatever size, I can usually get to sell okay from Abercrombie. And another mall brand piece is this Banana Republic dress, and I paid $2.50 for this, and it needs a major steam, but it's 100% linen, and this is the most current Banana Republic tag. It's the linen flare dress, and it's from January 2024. So it is, you know, very current as far as finding something in a thrift store, but obviously it needs a little help. So I think I'm gonna wash it and then steam it just to try and get these wrinkles out better. We have some new tags Soma, and this is Soma Weekend line in the trapeze maxi bra dress in hot pink. And I've sold this style of dress a couple times before, so it's like a super duper stretchy. It has a shelf bra in it, and this is new with tags, which is awesome. Retailed for $110 and I paid $4.50 for it. It has some dust on the hem that I will just like take a washcloth to since it's new with tags, but that should come off no problem. Then we have a Free People bodysuit. This one's kind of an interesting shape. It's a thermal in an extra small, and I only paid $2.50 for it. If that had been much more, I would have left that behind, because those intimately free bodysuits only retail for like $35 or so, so you're not getting a great return out of them usually, but they do sell. Then I got this Zara dress, and this is a newer tag of Zara. And then this interior tag is also slightly different. So like it's not quite as long as the other Zara tags. It still has the code and everything on it, so you can look up the styles. But I thought this was kind of a cool shaped dress, and I paid $4 for that. And once I saw it was that newer Zara tag, I thought that was worth trying. Then this is probably the first time I've ever found Anthro here. And this is an XL, and I've sold this cut of dress. I can't remember what it's called, but I've sold it 3 or 4 times in different prints. I paid $7 for this one, but that is less than I would normally be able to get an Abercrombie or an Anthropologie dress. So I was fine with it, and I know that style does well. Then I found this piece from Vuori, and it needs a little bit of a sweater shave, but I don't see any holes or anything. So it is a full zip, 100% merino wool, black cardigan, I guess. I paid $7 for it, and this came out on a new cart, which I've never been there when they brought out new carts before, so that was cool to see. And then these came out on a new cart as well, and I saw, where is it? I saw this, and it is always helpful to have an idea of what activewear brand logos look like. So I knew that this was Vuori, which is a very popular at the moment activewear brand. I believe this is a pair of men's sweatpants. They're just gray. They seem like they're in great condition. And I paid $7 for these as well. I'm kind of surprised they had these listed at $7. That's more than like their normal sweatpants were. But for Vuori, I was fine with it. And I don't find it that often. I think it's a little more popular on the West Coast than where I am in New Jersey. But anytime I find it, I do try to pick it up. And I got another Free People piece. And this one needs a little bit of sweater shaving as well. But I'm going to try and get this listed really quickly with these hearts on it for Valentine's Day. What a fun sweater. But you can see it needs a little sweater shaving, but my tool should take care of that. And I only paid $5 for this. The last piece is a like wedding guest dress from the brand Escape, and this is like a brand you'd find at like Macy's, Dillard's, maybe even Nordstrom, but they make some really nice dresses and they are quite expensive. So I paid $5 for this, and I thought this was a great piece to have in my closet for spring, as all the spring weddings start to happen soon. So it's got this beautiful floral, it's really hard to show, but the top has like the accordion pleating, and then there's ruffles on the front, but I think this is a perfect wedding guest dress for spring and summer, and for $5 can't go wrong. So that is everything I got. That is definitely the best haul I have gotten from this store. So next time that I have a bit of a wait for Once Upon a Child, I will probably go back here again and see what we can find. I definitely do find that it has a lot of older people styles, which I'm not opposed to getting. I did have a couple Chico's and J. Jill pieces in my cart, and I ended up putting them back just because they actually price those a little higher than a lot of these styles. I do find that, like, you know, I'm flipping through the whole row of dresses to pick up 3 is a lot less than I normally do in my other stores, but the prices can't be beat. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.